What's up guys, about 2110 here, and I am bringing you another Gears of War lore. It's going to be episode 2, and as we saw at the start of the video, the Coalition have brought General RAAM back as a playable character into Gears of War 4, so I thought what a better way to welcome the General's arrival basically than to do a lore episode on General RAAM. General RAAM was the boss from the end of Gears of War 1, and he also appeared in the Gears of War 3 add-on, RAAM's Shadow, which took place during the battle for Lima City and the fall of Lima City as well. So what I'm going to be doing, because he's in the games quite a bit, I'm going to be using the cutscenes from the games sort of to help me along in this, and the background footage you're seeing is from when you actually get to play as General RAAM in the RAAM's Shadow expansion. So let's start off with his personality and his traits. General RAAM was quite a quiet but ruthless Locust. RAAM was once a drone soldier, then a member of the Pharaoh Guard. His skill, intellect, strength, and his loyalty to the Horde and Queen Mira earned him the title of Head of Military Leadership of the Locust Horde. RAAM had a passion to wipe out all land and humanity, and with his intelligence and power, he almost succeeded. All of this information is from the Gears of War wiki as well. RAAM spent 1 year as a drone before proving his skill and intelligence, elevating him to the Pharaoh Guard. During this time, RAAM had quickly proved himself to be a stronger and smarter elite unit. Within only a few short years, he usurped military leadership of the Locust Horde and successfully took control of the Locust military. He brilliantly led the war against the humans, and he led his troops personally on Emergence Day alongside General RAAM, who was another high-ranking member in the Horde, who is also the antagonist of Gears of War Judgment. RAAM developed a strategy of locating Gears leaders and eliminating them in order to demoralise the remaining human forces and deprive them of leadership, which Queen Mira approved of as well. Somehow during this time, we're not entirely sure how, RAAM learnt the ability to control krill, vicious, almost bat-like creatures native to the Hollow. His mastery over these creatures was quite disturbing, as he used them as a protective shield around himself and as a form of attack. RAAM was also tasked by Mira to command the Locust when they were deployed to the battlefield. After Khan's death during the destruction of Halvo Bay, RAAM took complete control of the Locust Horde's vast army and led them personally for several years. And that's just his background. So now on to the next event chronologically, which is the RAAM's Shadow DLC for Gears of War 3. Around a decade after Emergence Day, RAAM directed a krill storm to assault Lima City on the Jacinto Plateau as a stepping stone towards an attack on the COG capital of Ophira. 3 hours before the krill storm hit, RAAM emerged in the centre of the city with 2 Mauler elites, a Pharaoh Guard and a Tremor, which could summon seeders that could ink out the sky. RAAM escorted the Tremor to the 3 separate points throughout the area so it could deploy the seeders and ink the sky for the krill storm. The next thing that RAAM appears in that is the Orphanage Assault. When there were only a few minutes left until a krill storm hit, RAAM led his forces to attack the Children's School of Hope, one of the last remaining areas of the city, not under Locust control, and where there were a few survivors present. And this is the cutscene from Gears 3 RAAM's Shadow of him arriving at the orphanage.
Oh, thank God, Gears. I thought we'd never get out of time.
Dr. Wyson, don't worry, you're safe now. Zeta 6 to control. The orphanage is clear. Send in the APC.
Arriving now, Zeta 6. Please hurry.
Take cover!
Everyone, get inside!
use that thing, Kate? Guess so. Make her proud.
Let's go! Protect the orphanage!
After Rama has assaulted the orphanage, there is a boss battle with him on his customised krill shooting almost Reaver, and once the battle's over, his Reaver is shot down, crash lands behind the orphanage, and his left leg is very, very badly wounded and stuck. As he attempted to pull out, Lieutenant Min appeared in front of him, determined to get revenge for Valera. As Kim charged in, Ram managed to call a shield of krill to defend himself, but Kim continued to cut through these. Barrick arrived and pulled Kim back, saying, no, today is not that day. Just before Ram directed hundreds of krill at them, Ram had to watch, frustrated, as Zeta-6 and civilians in the orphanage escaped on a King Raven helicopter moments before the city was completely infested with a krill storm.
This is for Valera.
Come on! Today is not the day.
So the next event chronologically after Ram Shadow is the original Gears of War, and I'll now show you the very first cutscene we have. We see General RAAM and his introduction. The Korg launched the light mass offensive, and Ram personally leads the Locust counterattack, and he leads an ambush of 2 Gear squads at the Tomb of the Unknowns.
Locust! Take cover! Under fire! They're flanking!
I am pleased with our progress. I understand they have located another squad. Our strategy remains the same. Cut off the head of the snake, and the body dies. We will win this war. It's only a matter of time.
No, we're here for Alpha and the Resonator. Come on!
Following the retreat of Delta and Alpha Squad into the tomb itself, RAAM ordered the release of a berserker into the tomb to kill the survivors and prevent them from escaping. However, when that failed, he captured a gear shortly after Delta deployed the resonator and used his comm device to discover the humans' whereabouts of the lightmass bomb and its need for the targeting data. RAAM then killed the gear, and acting on the intel, he sent forces to East Barricade Academy, then personally set out to hijack the Tyro Pillar with armed forces in order to capture the lightmass bomb. While RAAM's forces in East Barricade failed to stop Delta Squad from obtaining targeting data, RAAM was able to take control of the Tyro Pillar, throwing many of the defending gears off the high-speed train while they were still alive. RAAM guarded the bomb while his soldiers secured the train in an attempt to stop more gears from boarding, but 2 gears, Marcus Phoenix and Dom Santiago, were able to jump on board as it passed through Timgrad Station. General RAAM's death. RAAM stayed with the lightmass bomb at the front of the train as Marcus and Dom fought through all of his forces on the train, killing them and preventing the Locust efforts to stop the Tyro Pillar. RAAM confronted the 2 gears at the head of the train, determined to stop them from reaching the lightmass bomb and inserting the targeting data. General RAAM held his ground, advancing on the gears while firing a Troika heavy machine gun at them and shrouding himself in krill. Reavers were also attacking the gears in support of RAAM, but a King Raven manned by Hoffman, Cole and Baird prevented them from interfering. RAAM was unable to kill the 2 gears and was eventually killed by them when they broke his shield of krill and shot him to death. This left his body on the Tyro Pillar as it dove into the emulsion pit and launched the lightmass into the outer hollows. And that is the ending, effectively, of the first Gears of War game. And RAAM left behind him quite a legacy, and to the people of Serra, news of RAAM's death was met with rejoice, but to the Locust Horde, RAAM's failure and death seemed to spell certain doom. With the destruction of the outer hollows, the Horde lost millions of drones and tamed hollow creatures, turning the tide of the war to the humans' favour and weakening the Horde's defence against the Lambent. The lightmass bomb also awakened the Riftworm, and RAAM's successor Scourge was able to use the awakened Riftworm to lead a massive counterattack against his cities, and using the Riftworm's ability to sink entire cities in one go. RAAM was a quiet but merciless warrior, earning the favour of the Queen herself. He was intelligent, methodical and calculating, as seen by using a captured gear's radio to eavesdrop on the cog during the lightmass offensive. He was ruthless, merciless, despising humans and Lambent as much as everyone else in the Horde, if not more. As brutal as he is powerful, RAAM chooses particularly unpleasant ways of killing humans, and fortunate enough to meet him personally, such as lifting them up by their skulls and then beheading them with his serrated sword. Fear was not part of RAAM's vocabulary. Even when Marcus and Dom cleared the pillar of his forces, RAAM stood his ground and fought to the very bitter end. So that is the lore and all we know on General RAAM, the Locust leader from the Gears of War series and the boss in Gears of War 1. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, let me know what lore videos you want to see as well, and I will see you guys next time.